What happens when a sleeping giant finally wakes up? We all thought the ghost of 2014 was permanently buried in Brazil. We thought the era of absolute German domination was a thing of the past. But last night, the world watched in pure horror as that nightmare was resurrected on the pitch. Picture this: the referee blows the whistle for halftime. The scoreboard reads Germany 3, Curacao 1. If you were watching, you probably thought exactly what the rest of the world was thinking. You thought maybe, just maybe, Curacao has a chance here. You thought they could regroup in the locker room, fix their defensive errors, and launch a desperate fight back in the second half. That is the beauty of football, right? The underdog story. But the German national team does not care about your underdog stories. They only care about absolute destruction. As the teams walked back out of the tunnel, something felt different. The air in the stadium felt heavy. The German players were not smiling. They were not relaxed despite having a 2-goal lead. They looked like predators who had just smelled blood. And then the referee blew his whistle. 45 minutes were gone. 46 minutes began. And within exactly 90 seconds, the entire game shifted. Just 90 seconds into the second half, Joshua Kimmich, operating like a surgeon with a scalpel, saw a gap that nobody else in the stadium saw. He delivered a defense-splitting pass that was so perfectly weighted it felt like it was guided by a laser. And waiting at the end of that pass, Jamal Musiala. The golden boy of German football did not panic. With ice in his veins, he produced a finish so magnificent it completely shattered whatever hope Curacao had left. 4-1. The Curacao defense was visibly shaking. You could see it in their eyes. They were looking around at each other, completely lost, entirely disoriented. They were not just losing a football match anymore, they were drowning. They were being suffocated by a tactical masterclass. But if you thought Musiala's early strike was the final nail in the coffin, you are dead wrong. You have absolutely no idea what the German manager was brewing on the sidelines. He looked at a broken Curacao team and decided to unleash something even worse, a substitution that no one saw coming, which would turn this match from a solid victory into an absolute massacre. What happens when you throw a hungry teenager into a bloodbath? The answer will shock you. 67 minutes on the clock. Enter Nathaniel Brown, a young left back stepping onto the pitch for his absolute dream World Cup debut. The pressure is unimaginable. The lights are blinding. But Brown, he played like he had been on this stage for a decade. Deniz Undav, another substitute who was hungry for glory, flicked the ball into the penalty box. It was a difficult ball, a chaotic ball, but Nathaniel Brown found himself in the perfect position. Without taking a single touch to control it, he struck a breathtaking volley straight into the back of the net. 5-1, a debut goal on the biggest stage in world football. The stadium erupted, but the German machine was still not satisfied. They wanted more. The attacks kept coming in waves, relentless and terrifying. By the 77th minute, Deniz Undav decided he did not just want to be an assister, he wanted his own name on the scoreboard. Lurking inside the box, he capitalized on a disorganized, exhausted defense, smashing the ball home from close range. 6-1. At this point, Curacao had completely lost their minds. Frustration took over. Sharel Florinus and Livano Comenencia began lunging into reckless tackles. They were committing desperate fouls, trying to physically stop a team they could not outplay. But it was useless. And you know what the craziest part of all this was? Sitting comfortably at the back, orchestrating the defense, was a 40-year-old Manuel Neuer. 40 years old, watching the chaos unfold like a proud general, completely untouched, organizing his troops with the calmness of a man who has seen it all. Then came the 87th minute, the moment the scoreline became legendary, the moment history repeated itself. Deniz Undav, playing the game of his life, sliced a pass to Kai Havertz. Havertz, cool and composed, scored the final agonizing nail into Curaçao's coffin, scoring his second goal of the night. 7-1. Look at that scoreline. 7-1. It's a number that haunts world football. It's the exact same scoreline that broke the hearts of millions of Brazilians 12 years ago. Germany did not just win last night, they sent a terrifying message to every single team left in the tournament. The machine is fully operational, and it has absolutely no mercy. But how did Germany suddenly transform back into this unstoppable monster? What changed behind the scenes that nobody is talking about? We've broken down the secret tactics in our video, The Hidden Tactics Behind the German Unstoppable World Cup Machine. To know more about this, click the video on your screen right now and find out the truth.